from the oldest park in baseball. MLB The Show comes your way from Fenway Park in Boston. Tonight, it's an AL Eastern Division matchup between the Tampa Bay Rays and the Boston Red Sox. The Rays have won 5 games in a row. They'll look for number 6 right after this. Eduardo Rodriguez gets the call for Game 1 of the series. Dan Plesac, what do you got?
Hey, this guy's had a solid year up to this point. It's not an easy thing to do in baseball this year with all the high-scoring games, but this guy has an ERA of sub-3, and that's saying something. If he continues to do that, I think you're going to see a really good performance out of him in this one.
And that'll bring up Joey Wendell. And we are set for baseball here this evening. Here comes the first pitch. First of 3 here on this Tuesday night as the game's first offering is taken for strike 1. Guys, this Red Sox ball club entering play here tonight. They did get the win last time out, but it hasn't been the best week for them as they've won just twice in their last 6 tries.
Yeah, Matty V, we're looking at a team right now. They're just playing some average baseball through 4 games of this homestand. They split at 2-2, D-Row, and I think they expect a little bit more.
Yeah, and you don't want to be playing average baseball in front of your home fans. They need to find a way to win this game and try and take 3 out of the first 5 of this homestand.
The 1-1 home. Down the third baseline, but a foul ball, 1-2 now. Well, this lineup's been good all season so far. They've looked especially dominant as of late. What's been clicking in particular for them lately, guys?
Yeah, I don't think we can be surprised. They're on fire right now, continuing a hot start, Matty, no doubt. They've stayed strong. They've come out of spring training with one goal in mind, and that's to get to the postseason. Strong starting rotation, a lineup that doesn't quit. The guys seem to really rally around each other, and they got one of the strongest bullpens in the game.
Time now for a look at the Rays starting 9. Mark DeRosa, tell us about this lineup and how they continue the winning streak.
Yeah, Matty, this lineup has struggled to score runs the last couple games. Last 3 to 4 games to be exact. They're going to have to manufacture it in a different way. Can't wait for that 2-3 run homer. They're going to have to get guys on base, put the defense on their heels a little bit, maybe a little hit and run, maybe a little old school baseball.
1 ball, no strikes to count. The 1-0 is taken for ball 2. Diaz, a former member of the Cleveland Indians. He was acquired via trade last year.
I know he'd tell you he'd like to be playing a little bit better, but I think it's as advertised for this ball club right now. I think the manager is getting exactly what they expected.
And he will make the play out there, and there are 2 away now. Digging in now, Tommy Pham. He enters play with 14 home runs to his credit this year. First delivery to him on the way. Hit back up the middle. And Pedroia will stretch, but it's into center field for a base hit.
Hey, there's a nice knock by the 3-hole hitter. I know there's 2 outs, but they always say with your man coming up, the number 4-hole monster, as soon as he steps in the batter's box, there's a runner in scoring position.
Here now is Mike Zunino. And this one's in the dirt. And a nice job keeping it close. It's ball 1. The 1-0 misses above the zone for a ball.
A veteran hitter certainly knows when he's got wheels on first base, he's probably getting a fastball and he's probably getting it middle away. Might be a great time to get super aggressive.
The 2-0 on the way is offered at and missed for the first strike.
Some guys are great low ball hitters, but most guys, especially guys with pop like this, they're hunting for the ball belt high and above. So that was a nicely spotted fastball down in the zone.
He's set, and the 2-1 pitch. That's strike 2 on a well-placed changeup around the knees.
Great job on those last two pitches of varying speeds. Gave him a hard fastball, and then he locked him up with a changeup.
Here now the 2-2 is laid off, and the count runs full. And there are our umpires for this one. Working the plate is Dave Lawrence.
Yeah, Dan, we got Dave Lawrence behind the dish tonight. One of the best in the game, I think. Consistent and well-respected, accurate strike zone.
D-Bro, you hit it right there. He makes you bring the ball over the plate. Will give a little bit off the strike zone. I think the one thing that's important that he does, he has the same strike zone in the first inning. You'll see that same strike zone in the ninth.
The right fielder.
So here is Avisayo Garcia. His numbers against Eduardo Rodriguez. He's gone 3 for 8. Looking to wiggle out of this. Here it is. And he lays off a pitch here that he probably shouldn't have. 0-1. Looking at his lifetime numbers, Garcia hits a little over the 270 mark. And he lays off for ball 1. No contact there, and it's 1-2.
That's a well-placed fastball right there, just off the outside. If you can get guys to expand the strike zone and go after that pitch, you're going to have a lot of success. No luck that time, though.
The set and the 1-2. Ball 2. Pham at second. Zunino on at first with 2 down. This is on the ground over to first. Pierce has it, and the 2-out threat will not come to pass as the inning is over. Rays strand a pair. Tampa Bay nothing. Red Sox coming to bat. You're watching Major League Baseball, the show. Charlie Morton gets the ball for the Rays in this one. Dan, any thoughts?
Hey, this is a very unique pitcher. He is really tough to hit when runners get into scoring position, and that's one of the reasons why he doesn't give up many runs. We'll see if he can continue to do that in this one.
Coming to the plate now, Eduardo Nunez. He'll lead things off here in the bottom half of the first.
Red Sox, the third baseman, Eduardo.
First pitch on its way. Couldn't quite time the breaking ball there as this is fouled away off to the right. Strike 1. Dan, D-Row, we take a look at the Rays entering play here tonight. They come in riding a 5-game winning streak, and they've really got things clicking.
Yeah, Matty, this team's coming together right now. They're playing dangerous baseball. You can tell the look in their eye. They feel good about where they're at. They've won a few games in a row, and they look to continue that trend today.
Kiermaier is there, and he has it for the first out. With that, here's how the hometown Red Sox line up in this one. Dan Plesac, who are you focused on?
Well, you have to be really impressed with what J.D. Martinez does for this offense. He comes into this one among the leaders in slugging percentage. Top 5 in the American League. I love watching him when he comes to the plate. There's an electricity about this guy. He has power, and there's a swagger about him that you just can't miss.
Here's the second baseman now, Dustin Pedroia. And as you can see, he's seen that average climb the last week or so. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. And a ball 1-0. Pedroia, affectionately nicknamed Laser Show. He was taken in the second round back in the 2004 first-year player draft.
Yeah, Matty, they certainly got it right when they drafted this guy. He has turned himself into an absolute superstar. Everybody knows this guy's name, and kids are buying his jerseys.
The 2-0. 3-0 now.
Well, he was definitely looking fastball here, and he got one. But that was good discipline to lay off and get himself into a 3-0 count.
The 3-0 pitch is looked at for the first strike.
Love that pitch right there, and he executed it perfectly. A big arcing curveball that starts at the batter's hip and then just bends onto the inside corner. A lot of hitters have a tendency to open up way too early, and they can't make good contact on that pitch.
And he missed with that one. It's ball 4. A one-out walk here in the home first.
Hitter, JD.
Now batting, J.D. Martinez. He's, of course, a long ball threat, currently 3rd in the American League in that category.
Yeah, guys, this isn't a shocker right here. He is definitely known as one of the best pure power hitters in baseball these days.
Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Curveball bounces, and this one gets away. And forget about the double play now as he'll move up to second here on the wild pitch.
And this is what happens when a power hitter is at the plate. You don't want to give him anything in the zone, and sometimes that leads to those tough-to-handle wild pitches. There's a chance they just put him on first now to avoid him doing any real damage.
Ready with the 1-0 pitch. In the dirt here. And he's going to make it up to third here as he advances on the wild pitch.
Man, he's an absolute train wreck out there so far. That's his second wild pitch of the first inning. We'll see if he can get the train back on the tracks here, but something is definitely off with his delivery right now.
The 2-0. And he just gets a piece there as this is chopped foul. Oh, that one got the pitcher. Safe at first. A good effort to recover there, and he almost made the play, but that's a base hit. And with that play over now, time to check and see if our man is all right. You can really see him favoring that leg, and that is his plant leg, which is always a concern. But from the way he's acting out there, I think it looks like he's going to be okay to try and continue. So coming to the plate, Mookie Betts. 1 in, 1 out, and 1 on here in the inning. First pitch on its way. Fastball over the outside, but in there for a strike. Here comes the 0-1. Oh, he looked like a caveman swinging a club on that one. It's 0-2 now. Runners on first with 1 down. In the dirt, and now let's see. And forget about the double play now as he'll move up to second here on the wild pitch.
Well, I know what he was thinking there. The pitch before was way out of the zone, and he was hacking. So the pitcher says, hey, if he's going to swing at that, how about this? Solid strategy, except this time it didn't work out, and it's a wild pitch.
Ready with the 1-2. Swung on in the dirt, strike 3. And the throw is made to record the second out of the inning.
Good pitch there, and that was a nice job by his battery mate to complete the play first after the ball hit the dirt.
Here's Xander Bogaerts now as he lays off a fastball too low for ball 1. Martinez stands at second with 2 gone. And a high strike there. It's 1-1.
Hey, he got away with that one right there. If he's going to live up there, spinning it up top of the zone, he's going to get hurt.
Ready with the 1-1. Can't catch the corner away with the fastball. It's 2-1. And this one's low here, so the count swells to 3-1.
You can bet he's salivating a little in the box right now. He likes to drive in runs, and he's got a great situation and count to do that right here.
Here's the 3-1. Strike 2 up in the zone.
You know he wants to end this inning right here on 3-2, but I don't think we'll see him lay one in on the next pitch there with a base open to work with.
2 out here and a runner at second. He swings at the fastball here and lifts it into the air to shallow center. Kiermaier is there, and he'll put it away to retire the side. Red Sox settle for just the 1. On to the second inning now from Fenway Park. The Red Sox are out in front 1-0. Now at the plate, Daniel Robertson. It was a 2-for-5 effort from him in the series finale on Sunday.
Robertson.
Here comes the first pitch. And here's a fastball called for strike 1. Swing and a miss. It's 0-2.
0-2 is the count.
And on 0-2 he misses with a fastball.
Decided to go with a fastball there on 0-2, but what he's trying to do with that pitch is to expand the strike zone. Maybe you get a guy to offer at it, but at the very least it helps set up your off-speed stuff.
To 2 balls and 2 strikes now. The 2-2. And it's fouled away. Swing and a miss as he ran the fastball right by him for the first out.
All right, let's take a quick look at how the Red Sox set up on D today. And let's focus our attention on Xander Bogaerts, shortstop, up the chute. One of the best in the business, one of the smoothest players in the game. We talk a lot about Robinson Cano and how he goes about his business at second base. The X-Man is no different at shortstop, and the bat plays too.
Now in the box, Willy Adames. He was 1 for 4 in Sunday's affair. Here's the first pitch to him. The cutter runs outside, ball 1. There's a cut fastball that time that runs in a bit too tight, and it's 2-0 now. Hit sharply on the ground. Gloved by Bogaerts. Throw gets him, 2 down. So bases are empty here with 2 gone, and that means Kevin Kiermaier will hit next. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Breaking ball drops right in the chute for a strike. Red Sox on top in the early going, 1-0 as we play the second. And he's really getting the better of him now. It's strike 2. So back-to-back sliders for strikes. Does he come back with yet another?
Normally not a good pitching plan to throw the same hitter the same pitch 3 times in a row, but both of those sliders back-to-back were so good, I might just go ahead and try to throw another one.
Here he comes on a ball and 2 strikes. And a slider's in the dirt as he lays off it for a ball.
Man, this at bat has changed quickly from 0-2 now to 2-2. A good job of plate discipline by this hitter, not chasing those pitches just off the plate.
He's ready with the 2-2 pitch. Not much behind this as this ball is looped over toward first. And no problem over there at first as he flags this one down to end the inning. Standing in, Andrew Benintendi. As we take a look there at the difference in his numbers between June and July.
Andrew Benintendi.
First pitch coming. Here it is. No balls and 1 strike.
I know it's a guessing game, but usually when you flip that coin, it better come up fastball at this level. He cannot be late right there. That was right in the wheelhouse.
And now a curveball that bounces up to the plate. It's 1-1. The 1-2. Misses for the second ball. Here now the 2-2. Neither guy willing to give in, and the at-bat will continue. The 2-2 one more time. Sent in the air out to straightaway center. Kiermaier's got a read on it. 1 down.
All right, let's take a look at the Tampa Bay Rays on defense. And guys, I'm going to be locking in on Willy Adames. Elite shortstop up the chute, young, good hands, quick feet, strong arm. Came over in the David Price trade, and we've watched him slowly creep his way to the big leagues.
Here's Steve Pearce now, and he's seen his numbers on the rise here over the last 5 games or so. He's ready. Here's the first offering. And he misses inside with that one. Ball 1. Bases are empty. 1 man out. One and 1. The 1-2 is swung on and missed. He got him on strikes.
Batting it, the center fielder.
Digging in, Jackie Bradley Jr. And he's a guy looking to break out in a big way. Hasn't been getting the results he or his club have been hoping for. And this is off the corner and low. Ball 1. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. In there, 1 and 1. Look out. That one almost got away from him. 2-2 now.
That's a classic piece of pitching right there. You have to back hitters away from the plate to make them a little bit uncomfortable. Now you can go inside or outside. I like that purpose pitch.
The 2-2. Just hung in there on that one. The 2-2 one more time. Is looked at and the count moves full. Still hanging with him. Another good swing to keep it going. Another full count pitch home. Well hit. Deep down the right field line. And that's going to wind up hooking just a bit foul, so a missed opportunity there. And he misses here for ball 4. Already 2 walks surrendered in his first couple of innings of work.
We knew coming into this game that this guy has a tendency to give up a lot of free passes, and history repeats itself as he's already given up 2 walks here. I'll tell you, effectively wild is a pretty tough thing to be.
Next up for the Red Sox, Sandy León. In prior outings against Charlie Morton, he's 0 for 4. First pitch on its way. And he gets ahead here with the fastball, strike 1.
Great job of getting back in the zone with a hard fastball after the walk. I think he might have let a little frustration out with that pitch.
And a ball and a strike now to Sandy León. Now the 1-1 pitch. A bouncer up the middle. Adames picks it up, and as it turns out, the 2-out walk doesn't come around to haunt him as that ends the inning. 1 left for the Red Sox. We played 2 innings. It's 1-0. Ji-Man Choi the next to hit. He'll stand in to open things up here in the 3rd.
Ji-Man Choi.
First pitch coming. Here it is. And a fastball to start things out here. Not close. It's a ball and no strikes. The 1-1 in front of the changeup, and he can't keep it fair. 2 strikes on him now. The 1-2 is laid off for ball 2. And he misses this one inside, and that'll run things full. 3-2.
It'd be great right here if he was able to work himself on base. You got the leadoff hitter on deck, and you know the middle of the order's coming up right behind him.
Popped up. León has a play. He's got it 1 away. Digging in for his second at bat, Joey Wendell. He was a strikeout victim to open up the ball game. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. And he starts him out with a strike on the outer half. 1 out, nobody on. Drilled down the line, but this will get foul for strike 2. Shin high. That's taken for a ball. Lifted in the air to center. Chasing after it is Bradley, but he can't make the play as it finds the outfield grass. So a 1-out base hit has him aboard here in the 3rd, and that seems as good a time as any to check out our league leaderboard in hits. And as you can see there, he currently leads the AL in that department. Standing in, Yandy Diaz. He flew out in his last at bat. Here's the first pitch to him. A fastball here as he'll take a look at ball 1. 1-0.
Steal,
runners off for second. Strike called. Now the throw down. Way late, and he's in there easily at second. So a chance here to perhaps get on the board for the first time as he's into scoring position on the stolen base. And as we call on the team leaderboard, you can see that he currently leads the Rays in that category. Wendell leads off second with 1 gone in the inning. Line drive to center field. Bradley is there now, and he has it. 2 gone.
The left fielder, number 29, Tommy Pham.
So stepping in, Tommy Pham, as he'll look to bring home that tying run from second with a base hit into the outfield. First pitch of the at-bat. Timing just a tick off there as this one's fouled off to the right.
That fastball must have a little late life on it because that was right in the wheelhouse and he still wasn't able to get good wood on it.
Another one fouled off, and he's quickly behind 0-2. Runner in scoring position at second with 2 down. He got him. Lively fastball that time, and it puts an end to the inning. Rays strand just the one. They're down 1-0. Settling in now, Eduardo Nunez. He'll get us going in the home half of inning number 3.
Eduardo Nunez.
First pitch of the at-bat on its way. A ball and no strikes. A ball and a strike. Big breaking ball and a beauty that time. 1-2.
Hey, I don't blame him right there, giving up on that inside curveball, little front hipper. That's a tough pitch. You just can't figure out where the point of contact should be.
The 1-2. Misses. Ball 2.
He's got him on the ropes at 2-2, but I don't think he'll try to get him out with another curveball. He's seen it already a couple of times, so it's not going to surprise him anymore.
Fastball got him looking, as that had 2-seam action on it. 1 gone. And with 1 away, time for a check of the standings in the American League East as you get a look at where these two teams find themselves entering play. One gone here in the Boston third, and that'll bring up the former MVP second baseman Dustin Pedroia. He's ready. Here's the first offering. Breaking ball that time that misses out of the zone. Bases are empty. 1 man out. Lays off again, and it's 2-0. Fouled straight back, and that got up here to the press box. The 2-1. Slow little roller to third. Diaz takes it in. Throw on to first will take care of Pedroia, and there are 2 away. So bases are empty here with 2 gone, and into bat next, one of the best run producers in the land, J.D. Martinez. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Well behind that fastball. It's a swinging strike.
You know, hats off to the pitcher right there. You got a great hitter at the plate. It's early in the count, and he wanted to get ahead. Nice challenge pitch right there.
Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. Chopper foul. 2 out, nobody on. Fouled off. And a splitter here, but he had a bit too much on it as this bounces up to the plate. Tried to hold up there. Appeal down to first, and no swing. It's ball 2. Here now the 2-2. Doesn't get the zone. Count full now.
This is the kind of pitching that's frustrating for me to watch. He had him down 0-2, then he started getting cute, and now the count is full at 3-2. It happens, but I'd rather see him attack the hitter and force contact if you can't get him to chase after a pitch or two.
Fouled away. 8th pitch of the at-bat coming up. On the 8th pitch of the at-bat is the one that finally does it as he wears him down, and the inning is over. Down in order go the Red Sox, but they hold a 1-0 lead. So here's the cleanup hitter, Mike Zunino. He'll lead things off here in this one-run contest.
Mike Zunino.
50th pitch of the game on its way. Up and away to start the inning. It's 1-0.
They obviously circled him before the game that they were not going to let him beat them. Walked him this first time up, and now they're nibbling again.
Now a big fastball, and he's well behind it with the swing. And he can't catch the corner here, so he's behind 3-1.
Great AB so far. I'd really like to see this guy work a walk and get on base for this team. Maybe give them a shot of confidence that they got a shot to get back in this one.
And it's up to a 3-2 full count now.
When you get yourself to a 3-1 count and you get a fastball, those are the ones you really want to punish. Couldn't get the bat on it, so we'll see if that comes back to haunt him.
Payoff pitch home to Zunino. And this is swung on and missed, and this 4th inning will start the same way he ended the 3rd with a strikeout, and there's 1 away.
This guy is really locked in on the bump right now. He's just playing good old-fashioned hardball right now, just rearing back and letting it go. And it seems like this lineup, they don't have an answer for anything he's bringing so far.
Striding in once again, Avisail Garcia. He got on top of one and was a ground-out victim last time. And that misses for ball 1.
Count 1-0.
Count now a ball and a strike. Line drive to left, but pretty much right at the left fielder as he takes it in for the 2nd out.
Now batting, designated hitter, Daniel Robertson.
Digging in, Daniel Robertson. He's 0 for 1 thus far. First offering on its way. Good off-speed pitch had him out in front for strike 1.
I don't mind the aggressiveness right there. He was definitely trying to get the head to a fastball. He pulled the string on that one. He's going to have to stay back a little bit longer.
Set to deliver the 0-1. Set up away with the changeup, but it's 1-1. Oh, and he can't reel it in out there. And the throw won't be in time as he'll be able to beat out the recovery throw at first.
Yeah, nobody on right there, Dan. 2 outs. It's not every day you see a guy pick him up and put him down like him getting down to first base right there. Bought himself a base hit.
Well, I tell you what, there's a couple of things you can do. It doesn't take a lot of talent to hustle, and it doesn't take talent to be on time. And he hustled out of the box, turned what could have been a ground out in the inning into an infield single.
In now, Willie Adames. As the first pitch here's a bit high, it's ball one.
As a hitter right here, you have to tell yourself, I can't get too big. Don't let the moment get away from me. A nice bullet in the gap gets the job done in this situation.
Robertson is off at first with 2 away. Fastball at 94 miles an hour, and it's 1-1. Fastball well outside. Two balls and a strike. Here it comes. 2 balls and 2 strikes now. And he fouls this one off. No runs, 3 hits, and no errors for Tampa Bay so far. Swung on and missed, and that's the final out of the inning. 1 left for Tampa. They trail this one 1-0. Just about set to go for the last of the 4th. But before we do that, here's Heidi Watney.
Well, Matt, I talked with manager Alex Cora during the break about his thoughts on the Red Sox hitters to this point. And flat out, he was very pleased with the quality of their at-bats. Yes, they've only scored 1 run, but he said they've done a great job of forcing the pitch count up, and he thinks that's going to lead to more offense for them as this game goes on.
All right, Heidi, thank you. Here's Mookie Betts. Comes into this at-bat 0 for 1 in the ball game.
For the Red Sox, the right fielder, Mookie.
First delivery to him on the way. Here's a curveball that runs outside. It's ball 1. Ground ball sent back up the middle. And there's one down now.
The batter, number 2.
Ready for another chance? Xander Bogaerts flied out in his first at-bat, so make him 0 for 1 so far. First pitch coming. Here it is. Curveball, and that misses in the dirt for ball 1. Two balls and no strikes for Bogaerts. And this is a called strike at the letters. Looked like ball 3, but make it 2-1 instead. Oh, he just threw that fastball by him.
I got to count.
1 run, just 1 hit, and no errors for the Red Sox to this point. Here's a pop-up now. And he'll lunge out of the crouch to make the play for out number 2.
For the Red Sox.
At the plate, Andrew Benintendi. So far, 0 for 1 with a flyout. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. And that misses ball 1. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. And he takes a called strike 1. No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike.
Hey, I hope that call doesn't throw him off his game right here. He's been pitching one heck of a game, and I'd hate to see the umpire get in his head right now.
Lifted the other way down the left field line, and this will wind up a foul ball. Look out, a fastball up near his dome, and that'll wake you up a bit.
I'll tell you, there was intent behind that pitch. I'm not saying he was trying to hit him, but when you're facing a guy like this, you don't want him to get too comfortable in that batter's box.
Full count still. The next 3-2. Checked his swing there, and did he go? No, he did not, says the third base umpire, so it's ball 4.
Oh, man, that check swing was about as close as they get. Tough call for the umpire, but it goes the batter's way this time, and he draws the walk.
Into the box now, Steve Pearce, as he will look at a first pitch fastball for ball 1. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. He's ready. Here's the 1-0. And he won't bite at that one either. It's 2-0.
Maybe a bit of an overthrow there, guys. May have let that front side open up a little early to try to hump up on a fastball and sailed on him.
A runner on first with 2 away.
Wait for the pitch.
2-1 to the Red Sox first baseman.
This guy has been throwing the ball so well, and that's exactly why. He has such a feel for that secondary pitch. He can flip it over whenever he wants and get back in the count.
The 2-1 home is laid off of for ball number 3.
After 2 breaking pitches, there's a pretty good chance right now you're probably going to get something right in the middle of the strike zone to swing at. So if you're looking for it, go ahead and turn that baby loose.
2 out with the man at first. Now the 3-2 pitch. High and deep down the left field line. And this will wind up a foul ball. A payoff pitch one more time. A swing and a ground ball to third. And a sliding try there at third, but it skips by him, a base hit. And he's safe.
Nice approach by the batter right there. When you know your boy is moving, you start seeing stuff happening out of your peripheral vision. Wait for him to lock in, stay within his at-bat, not swing at something outside the zone, and now put it first and third.
Here's Jackie Bradley now. As the first pitch misses to him, it's ball 1. 2 men on, 2 away here in the 4th. Ready with the 1-0. Swing and a miss. Blew it right by him at 96. It's a ball and a strike. One and one. Here it is. And he takes ball 2, and it's 2-1.
Sometimes it can be difficult for a pitcher. You're facing a guy that's not known to be a big stick in the lineup. Sometimes the toughest thing is to be aggressive and throw strikes.
Could have been 3-1. Instead, it's 2-2.
That's the perfect pitch after you've just brushed a guy back. The hitter probably isn't sitting up there thinking you're going to flip something soft up there.
The set and the 2-2 and a check swing here, but he holds up far too late as it's strike 3 and the inning is over. Boston strands a couple, but they're on top 1-0. Back now at Fenway Park, and here's Heidi Watney with a report.
Matt, Rays manager Kevin Cash talked to me in between innings about his lineup's offensive production. And overall, he's really happy with the at-bats they're putting together. No, they have not scored yet, but they have been successful in running up the pitch count, something they feel will eventually pay dividends on the scoreboard as the starter gets tired and they are forced to go to the bullpen. For now, they're sticking to the plan.
All right, Heidi, thank you. Standing in, Kevin Kiermaier hit it hard but lined out in his first at-bat.
Yeah, he hit it hard. That's all you can ask. You can't control the result sometimes, Matty. Just unlucky with the placement.
No balls and a strike to count. Swing and a miss, and he's in trouble now. 0-2. And it's a ball and 2 strikes to Kiermaier now. Tough pitch to lay off there, but he did, and it's even up at 2-2. Another 2-2 offering. Popped up. Bogarts is there for it. Looks it into his glove, and there's one gone. So another exceptional effort for him on the mound. He's got the shutout working here, as we'll show you the league ERA leaders. And as you see, he's right up there among league leaders in that department. Ready now, Ji-Man Choi. His last at-bat didn't go his way as he popped out in foul territory.
Yeah, Matt, he's got to make an adjustment right here. His swing definitely broke down, dropped his back shoulder, and thus the result was a terrible pop-up foul.
Strike 1 to start the at-bat. A ball and 2 strikes now.
High fastball right there with a 2-strike count. You know what that might be doing? Setting up the next pitch. Could be that hard slider down and away. Something breaking down and away off the plate.
To 2 balls and 2 strikes now.
I think he's shown you right there he was trying to put you away with the off-speed pitch. Have to be leery of that right there and take pull side away. That'll keep you on all stuff, fastballs and the off-speed.
Fastball is outside. It's full now. 3-2.
Not what you want to do on the mound. Go from 0-2 to 3-2, but credit the man in the box for being patient even with 2 strikes.
And this is swung on and missed, so it's 2 up, 2 down to start the 5th.
He's racking up a fair amount of strikeouts now out there. That's now 6 to this point. So he's got good stuff, and he's fooling a lot of these hitters.
Stepping in now, Joey Wendell. And he'll promptly send it in the air out to center field. Bradley is there, makes the catch, and the side is retired. Rays go in order, 1, 2, 3. They're on the short end of a 1-0 score. Steven Matz, a 6'2" left-hander, jogs in to take over on the hill.
Number 32, Steven Matz.
Striding in for Boston, Sandy Leon.
Leading off for the Red Sox, the catcher, Sandy Leon.
First pitch coming. Here it is. And a called strike on the outside part of the plate. Some action out in the bullpen. Couple of right-handers starting to loosen up. The windup and the 0-1. Swings through it for strike number 2. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. And that's a swinging strike 3 in the dirt. Zunino has it. The throw to first is in time. 1 down. Digging in once again, Eduardo Nunez. He lined out his first time around and then went down on strikes last time up. Here comes the first pitch. Bottom part of the zone, and the slider is in there for a called strike. A little roller toward the hole. Underhanded flip, and that's the second out.
The batter, number 15.
Ready for another shot now. Dustin Pedroia, 0 for 1 with a run scored thus far. He's ready. Here's the first offering. Grounder down the line at third, but this is foul for the first strike. And here's one that misses to Pedroia, and the count evens at 1-1. 2 out, nobody on. Hit on the ground to third. Throw on to first gets him, and the side is retired. Red Sox go down 1-2-3. They lead it 1-0. Stepping in, Yandy Diaz. 0 for 2 on his line thus far.
The third baseman, number 2, Yandy Diaz.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Hit high and deep out to straightaway left. Benintendi ranging back, and just short of a home run. This ball's off the wall.
Every hitting coach in the league will tell you it only takes one swing of the bat to get out of a slump, and maybe that's what we're seeing right here. He's been struggling, no doubt about it, but he's able to lace this thing off the wall, and he's standing at second with some newfound confidence.
Into the box, Tommy Pham, as he lines it hard to the right side, but out of play. He's working on a 1 for 2 game so far. He's set. Here's the 0-1. Just got a piece of it as it's fouled back. Lifted down the line in left, and that will end up a foul ball. The 0-2 once more is taken. That's ball 1.
So the intent of that 0-2 cutter right there isn't necessarily to get a swinging strike. If you get it, well, hey, that's great. But if you get it inside enough and he does make contact, he probably can't do anything with it anyway.
The 1-2 is a fastball that misses.
Boy, that was an awfully close pitch right there. I know if I'm on the mound, I want that pitch called a strike. That's one of those that could go either way.
Diaz leads off second with nobody out. A line shot to third base, but the runner is back in time to avoid the double play.
Now batting, catcher, Mike.
Runner at second, 1 away, and that'll bring up the catcher, Mike Zunino. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch.
1-0.
Too high, 1-0.
These guys have got to be frustrated as an offensive unit so far in this one. They haven't been able to crack the code on their opponent, but it's not like they're getting great pitches to hit either. This starter has kept the ball on the corners of the zone all game long.
1 out and a runner on second base. A ball and a strike to Mike Zunino. And now the Red Sox will get a left-hander up and throwing in the bullpen. And a good take there. Close, but it's 2-2. Pulled high in the air out to left field. Waiting on it is Benintendi. Makes the play, and there are 2 gone now. Ready once again, Avisail Garcia. He hits with 2 away as they continue to trail in this close game.
Well, Matt, this has been a big inning on the mound. He's had to face the middle of the order, and so far he's held them at bay.
Yeah, this feels like the kind of inning we'll look back on at the end of the game, even if the result of it changes dramatically here. Trying to hold the lead. Here's the delivery. And a fastball's in there for strike 1. And it's 0-2 to Avisail Garcia.
He certainly hasn't been the aggressor in this at bat. 2 straight takes, so now we'll see if he can change his approach and battle up.
A pause and the 0-2 drilled to the left side, and that is through into left field. A base hit, and the runner at third will put the brakes on here as they didn't want to chance it even with 2 outs.
Hey, after that base knock right there, he's into double digits, Dero. That's a 10-game hitting streak.
Oh, you talking about double digits, Dan? Now it's getting firm. We're seeing the batting average go up. We're seeing the homers go up. We're seeing the RBIs go up. Everything is moving north.
In now, Daniel Robertson, and he'll watch one miss up and away for a ball. 1-0. Looking at his career totals, Robertson hits in the 240s, so there's room for improvement in that regard.
You know, Matty, I know his career batting average jumps off at the page, but this guy can help a roster in a lot of different ways. He brings value to the manager on a daily basis.
One and one. Here it is. Called strike on the inside, and he can't believe it at the plate. It's 1-2 now. And he struck him out, his 7th of the ball game, and that ends the inning. Lays strand a pair. It remains 1-0. Striding forward now is the DH, J.D. Martinez. He'll look to bounce back after striking out his last time up.
Sometimes you just got to tip your cap to the guy on the mound. He's getting paid to try and get you out as well. Anytime it gets up there north of 7, 8 pitch ABs, sometimes it just comes down to pure execution. Let's see if he makes the adjustment right here.
Ball 1 to start the at-bat. The 1-0 home. They haven't played perfectly as it's hit on the ground. Throw to first is in time for the first out. So here's the Boston cleanup hitter, Mookie Betts. 3rd trip to the plate for him here. He struck out and grounded out in his first 2 tries. Here's the first pitch to him. Right there for strike 1. 1 out, nobody on.
I don't think he's going to triple up on changeup right there. He seemed to have gotten the timing down on that second one.
Popped him up. But this will land untouched. Here's another 0-2. The next 0-2 misses, and that'll move it to 1-2 now.
Well, I think that pitch is the result of a lot of foul balls. He might have tried to do a little bit too much with it, trying to get him to swing through it, but it just ended up taking off on him.
Looking for the strikeout. Here's the 1-2. High fly ball out to straightaway center. Kiermaier's got a read on it. 2 gone. Two men are gone now in the Boston half of the 6th, and that'll bring up the shortstop and one of the better 2-strike hitters in baseball, Xander Bogaerts. First pitch of the at-bat on its way, and he gets ahead 0-1. off the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike. And a half swing here, but he pretty clearly went around, and it's 1-2 now. The 1-2 is an off-speed pitch taken for a ball. And that looked to catch him flush down near the foot or the ankle. And he can't make the play as he overruns it, but that should be scored as an infield single. And time now to see quite where that got him. And it appeared from up here at least, and his actions on the field confirm it. It looked like it got him on his drive leg, which could be problematic, of course, for him. But from the way he's trying to walk it off, I think he's going to try to continue. So it's a runner at first with 2 men out. And up next, the exciting left-handed bat of Andrew Benintendi. First pitch coming. Here it is. And they pitch out here, but nothing's going on. Bogarts, the runner at first with 2 gone. And he'll step off the rubber and go to first. And a dive, but he's back. Here it comes, 1-0. Not close with the off-speed pitch taken for a ball.
On 2-0, you can bet he's looking for a fastball that he can turn on and drive. Might be thinking about picking on that big hole between first and second.
The count now at 2-1. And he'll step off and fire to the bag. And he has to dive, but he's back in easily. He's set, and the 2-1 pitch. Nearly got the inside, but ruled the ball. A runner on first with 2 away. And he breaks, and they've got him picked off. The tag, and they'll get him at second. And with that, the side is retired. Red Sox go down quietly, but they lead it 1-0. Welcome back to Fenway Park here in the great city of Boston. Red Sox on top in this one as we get set for the 7th. But first, here's a look at our game summary to this point. Joe Jimenez is on to pitch from the bullpen now to start inning number 7.
Number 77, Joe Jimenez.
Stepping in, Willie Adames. He's grounded out and struck out in his 2 trips to the plate.
Starting to run out of time. They haven't been able to score any runs as we're moving late into this one. A perfect time for this leadoff guy to try to get on base and ignite a rally.
In there, no balls and a strike. Just a bit late, and he's fallen behind 0-2. A ball and 2 strikes to the Rays shortstop. Ball and 2 strikes. Here it is. And he takes strike 3 called on the fastball. 1 gone.
Nice job there taking care of the leadoff hitter via the strikeout. I'll tell you, in a 1-run game, especially this late, getting that first guy in the inning is so important. It changes the whole complexion of the inning. So that was a big out.
One out now in the Tampa Bay 7th, and that means Kevin Kiermaier will hit next. First pitch of the at-bat on its way, and it's fouled away. Bases are empty, one man out. Popped him up. Leone is there. And he brings it in on the warning track.
Now batting.
Digging in to try it again. Ji-Man Choi. He went down on strikes last time up. First delivery to him on the way. A ball and no strikes. Bases are empty here with two men out. Pitch to the plate is a slider for a strike, and it's all knotted up at 1-1. Two balls and a strike to the Rays first baseman. He's set. Here's the 2-2. Now he lifts a high pop up, drifting into foul territory on the right side. Pierce is going to have room as he puts it away right in front of the dugout for the final out of the inning. Down in order go the Rays. They still trail 1-0. Now at the plate, Andrew Benintendi.
For the Red Sox, the left fielder, Andrew Benintendi.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Pitch to the plate is a sinker for a called strike one. Hit out towards second. And quickly there's one down to lead off the frame.
The first baseman,
digging in and looking for more, Steve Pierce. He's 1 for 2 in the ball game. Here comes the first pitch. And he'll try to hold back the swing, but he'll do so unsuccessfully as that's ruled a strike. One out, nobody on. Now a check swing, but he holds up in time. Ball one. Big breaking ball and a beauty that time. 1-2. Look out, hot shot to third, and there are 2 away.
Now batting, the center fielder,
into the box now, Jackie Bradley Jr. He got called out on strikes his last time through.
Yeah, Matty, and hopefully he got it out of his system. Especially now, he's got to bear down. He gets the 2 strikes in this spot. Has to put the ball in play.
0-1 the count. And Bradley swings and misses at that offering, and he's deep in the hole. 0-2. 2 out, nobody on. Little too much bite on the slider that time, taken outside.
I know you have to protect the strike zone when you get the count to 2 strikes, but on an 0-2 pitch that misses by that much, it's pretty easy for a hitter not to swing at that one.
The 1-2. That's lifted the other way out to left. And that gets down, and we'll see if that's extra bases. And he'll make it to second base now with 2 gone.
Everyone knows that this guy's numbers are not where he wants them to be so far this year, but you never know by that swing. He looked fluid and confident driving that pitch for a double. We'll see if that gets him going a bit.
Standing in now, Sandy Leon, as he'll go after the first pitch to him and comes up empty. It's strike one. No hits to this point. Ready with the 0-1. And that misses 1-1.
I think if he executes that pitch on the corner instead of off of it, he probably gets some pretty weak contact, if anything. He jammed him pretty hard on the previous pitch, so my bet was he was going to try to cheat on the inside part, thinking it might be coming again.
No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike.
Good time to be a 9-hole hitter right now. More than likely going to get a good pitch to hit. The top of the order is looming on deck. Good spot to be a good hitter right now.
He's fallen behind now, 3-1.
Time to focus here. This game is way too close to be walking, guys, so we'll see if he can make him swing the bat on this next pitch.
And nothing will come of the 2-out double as the inning is over. Danger averted following the 2-out double. Back with more here on a Tuesday night after this. Matt Barnes has been summoned from the bullpen as he'll do so to start the 8th.
Number 32, Matt.
So Tampa's batting order turns over and set to go. Joey Wendell, career numbers against Matt Barnes. He's hitless in 6 tries. First pitch coming. Here it is. First pitch is a curveball that's inside, 1-0. Now action in the bullpen as their closer starts to get loose out there. The 1-0 home is a fastball down below the knees.
You'll hear me say this time after time up here in the booth. You fight so hard to get into these counts. 1-0, 2-0, 3-1. They don't happen often. This is a huge spot. Count leverage. Look for him to get loose on a fastball right here.
3-0 to him now. And he lays off ball 4. So now the potential tying run here is aboard late in the game.
Man, that's a tough one to swallow. You're hanging on to a slim lead, and the last thing you want to do is give up a leadoff walk. Seems like those are the ones that always come back to haunt you. So we'll see if that's the case here.
And that'll bring in Yandy Diaz, leadoff man on base, and we'll see what they have in mind strategy-wise here. From the stretch, here's the pitch. Showing bunt here, but he takes ball 1.
In today's game, if they're going to give you an out, you take it. You have to find a way to execute a pitch in the zone, allow him to get the bunt down, and take the out at first.
And he'll try to bunt that man to second, but this one kicks foul. Now the 1-1 pitch. Tries to get the bunt down here, but this is foul, and we'll see if he tries it again. Wendell on at first, nobody out. Line towards center field. In there, a base hit.
The left fielder, number 29.
Now at the plate, Tommy Pham, and his guys are looking to erase that donut on the scoreboard with a runner in scoring position.
Yeah, Matt, they've been really shut down so far in this one. They've had runners on base, but haven't been able to string anything together.
First pitch on its way. Laid off the bender there, but it's in for a called strike.
Hey, when you're in a tough spot right there, that's an excellent job by the pitcher to get ahead 0-1. He has now got this offensive player on the defensive.
0-1 count and the pitch. Behind 0-2 now.
He was able to foul that one off, but you could tell he was definitely late. That breaking ball, the pitch before that heater right there, definitely threw his timing off.
And this is swung on and missed, and boy, they took care of a key man there. One away. Got him with a good high fastball there. Danny, we see a lot of that pitch in strikeout situations these days. What makes it so effective?
I think, Matt, what makes it such a tough pitch is you're changing eye levels. That fastball up looks so enticing to hit that you see that ball as a hitter, you think you can drive it, but it's really hard to get on top of that good high hard fastball.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. A fastball off the plate away. It's ball one. Career numbers against Matt Barnes. He's 1 for 3. 1 out with the possible tying and go-ahead runs on base here. Swing and a miss. Blew it right by him at 96. It's a ball and a strike. Now the 1-1 pitch is in there for strike number 2.
1-2.
The 1-2. Little chopper back to the mound. Pedroia. Return throw is in time. How about that? They do turn 2, and it gets him out of the inning. So it's no runs on a hit, no errors, and a man left. Home half of the 8th straight ahead. It's the Red Sox 1, the Rays 0. Now back to the top of the lineup. Stepping in, Eduardo Nunez. He's hitless in 3 at-bats to this point. He's ready. Here's the first offering. Hit down the third baseline. Throw on to first, and one third baseman grounds out to the other. 1 away. Stepping into the box, Dustin Pedroia. It's been an 0 for 2 effort for him to this point. Here comes the first pitch. Line to short, but gobbled up there, and there are 2 away.
Now batting, the designated hitter, J.D.
Here's J.D. Martinez. He's working on a 1 for 3 thus far. Here's the first pitch to him. And this one's not close. It's in the dirt for ball 1. And that misses low and inside. 2 balls and no strikes. And that catches the outside corner. It's 2-1.
Love the pitch call there. 2-0. You know the guy's geared up for a fastball, and you drop a changeup in the zone. That's going to be a tough pitch to handle.
Hit well towards the hole. Adames brings it in. And the throw just does beat him at the bag, so the side is retired. Down in order go the Red Sox, but they hold a 1-0 lead.
Ladies and gentlemen, Your attention, please.
Ninth inning save situation coming up now as they'll entrust Craig Kimbrell with the baseball here as he'll try and close things out. Avisail Garcia will be charged with trying to start a rally in the ninth as they go to work against Kimbrell. Here comes the pitch for Garcia. And we kick off the ninth inning with a swinging strike here. 0-1. Oh, and you talk about a pitcher getting the benefit of the doubt. That's low, but called a strike anyway. 0-2 now. The pitch. In under the hands with a fastball. It's 1-2.
That's the kind of pitch that reminds me of many reasons why I wasn't a very good hitter. This thing was inside and coming in hot, and he just gave a stone cold take. I'm bailing out of the way if I'm in the box, no doubt about it.
Takes this the other way to right, and that is through into right field for a single. So it's a good start to the inning for the Rays as their leadoff hitter is aboard.
Up next for Tampa Bay.
You can't ask for anything more than getting a leadoff man on right there. It brings the go-ahead run to the plate. He's in position to do some damage. It'd be interesting to see how the manager plays this one.
Into the box now, Daniel Robertson. And they'll play for the tie here as he puts this one down. Throw goes to first here, so it works just as they drew it up. And now the possible tying run is in scoring position at second. Now at the plate, Willie Adames. Not much in the way of productivity from him so far, but he's got a chance to come through here in a crucial spot.
Yeah, it's time now that he has to put the rest of those bats behind it, because none of that matters if he can clutch up when it really counts.
From the stretch, tried to check it, and it's 0-1. Kimbrell, a right-hander who stands an even 6 feet. He was selected in the 3rd round during the 2008 draft.
Yeah, he has turned himself into a really nice ball player. I wouldn't put him on the superstar level, but you know what? They didn't miss with this pick either. You go into high rounds and you carve out a career the way this guy has. Nice pick.
Swung on, but it's pulled foul wide of third. Garcia, the runner at second with one away. A ball and 2 strikes. And this one gets away. And he's going to make it up to third here as he advances on the wild pitch.
That can be a tough read as a runner on second to see if the ball has gotten away enough to move to third. You have to be sure you can make it. He was there, and now he's only 90 feet away.
Looking for the K. Here's the pitch. And that misses there, so he runs the count full now.
Wow, this is a pretty good at bat right here, from down in the count 0-2 to work the count back to 3-2, and he's seen a lot of pitches too.
1-run game here in the top of the 9th. Struck him out. Struck him out again, I should say. His 3rd punch out of the game.
It's been a rough game for him at the plate. Couldn't get the bat off his shoulder right there. He struck out twice before that one. So he's going to have a lot to think about when he leaves the ballpark tonight.
Stepping in now, Kevin Kiermaier, as he takes a cold strike at the knees. It's 0-1. And he's got a chance to tie things up here as the equalizer sits just 90 feet away. And this one gets away. He's in there at the plate. And that ties the ball game in the top of the ninth.
Man, this guy's going to get a nickname with the world wild in it if he keeps this up. That's his second wild pitch of the game, and this one costs him a run. Not sure if he got a cleat stuck out there or what, but this one wasn't anywhere near the zone.
Well below the knees, laid off on the changeup there. The set and the 2-1. And he missed again, high and away this time, 3-1. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. A full count to the Rays center fielder.
We got 3 and 2.
Count still full, 3-2. Payoff pitch on its way. Fouled off. Another one sent foul. Making him work out there. The 9th pitch of the at-bat coming up. Fly ball out toward right field. Betts will get there, and he puts it away to retire the side. So not a good turn of events for this home crowd, as now their 9th inning lead has evaporated. The Red Sox looking to send their fans home happy. Bottom of the 9th coming up. Stepping up to the plate, Mookie Betts. Due up are the 4, 5, and 6 hitters, and they're hoping that this is the part of the lineup that can get something going.
Yeah, only 1 run on the board so far for them. They just haven't had consistently good at bats.
Here comes the first pitch. And this is pulled fouled as he was way out in front there. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. Now a changeup in on the hands that evens it at 1-1.
Listen, I'm not trying to make up an excuse, but this is this guy's 5th inning of work in this game out of the bullpen. Are you kidding me? Nobody goes 5 innings anymore.
Now the 1-1 pitch is a changeup that's looked at for a ball.
Well, when you're behind an account like this pitcher is, it's a good time to work in something off speed if you're confident in it. Most hitters are looking for fastball.
Now the 2-1. Popped him up. Zunino over to his left. He's got it 1 away. Digging in, Xander Bogaerts. He's got a hit in 3 at-bats to this point. First pitch on its way. And they'll start things out with a changeup here, but this is a bit too tight. It's ball 1. Hit out towards second. And very quickly there, they're 2 gone to start the inning. The left-handed hitting Andrew Benintendi stands in. He comes in 0 for 2 thus far. First pitch coming. Here it is. That ball's headed for the gap in left center. He's got a base hit, possibly more. And now it'll rattle up against the wall. He'll get it into second.
Hey, that's a nice piece of hitting right there. 2 out base knock to put the winning run on base. Let's see if someone can catch a gap and end this thing.
Big moment in the ball game here. Steve Pearce, as he'll look to get the ball into the outfield and bring home what would be the winning run from second base. And there's the 4th wide one, so he's aboard on the intentional walk.
Now batting.
Big spot here. First and second, 2 men gone. And in to hit next will be the left-handed batter, Jackie Bradley Jr. Here's the first pitch. Off the plate and away there. 1 ball, no strikes.
This game is getting interesting real quick. And the last thing you want to do on the mound is fall behind. Needs to get back in the strike zone right here.
1-0. Here it is.
Nope.
Perhaps a little low there. It's 2-0.
Well, I know the last thing he wants to do is load the bases right here. So the pressure is on right now to get back in the strike zone.
And he started to go around there, and it'll cost him, as they say. He did swing the bat. It's 2-1. Possible winning runs at second with 2 down, however. Three balls and a strike now to Bradley.
Well, 2 on, 2 outs, and he's got himself in a great hitter's count. He just has to be careful not to get too aggressive. A walk would be good here, too.
And now the count is full for the Boston center fielder. The payoff pitch. Here's a ground ball up the middle and into center field for a base hit. And they will hold the winning run at third here. And it'll take another 2-out hit to win the ball game.
There's a hard hit ground ball. Pitcher not able to get a glove on it. Hard single up the middle.
Yeah, watch your lips right there, Dan. Sent it back right where it came from.
So digging in now, Sandy Leon. He's gone hitless to this point.
Not a great game up to this point, but none of that would matter if he could come through right here. A chance to be the hero.
Here's the first pitch. In there, and it's 0-1. Now the 0-2 pitch. That's inside and low. It's a ball and 2 strikes.
Tried to get him to chase that 0-2 curveball there, but he wasn't biting. Very well could see it again here, though.
Big spot here. Possible winning run at third. 2 down. Now he extends nicely, and this ball driven to right field and deep. And he will get there to make the running play, and that will end the inning. Red Sox leave them loaded. Score remains tied 1-1. Ryan Brazier takes the mound as he'll be the first man to pitch here in extra innings. David Hart is up off the bench to pinch hit here, so we'll see what he can do to begin the extra frames. And he lays off a pitch in there for the first strike. They'll start things here at 316. 11 home runs and 23 driven in. Oh, and look at this. High in the air and deep. And when this ball comes down, they'll have taken the lead. Home run. A solo shot here to straightaway right field as they take the lead. It's 2-1.
Well, somebody is anxious to end this thing and get the heck out of here. We'll see if that leadoff homer stands up. Either way, that's definitely a way to start the extra frame.
Now back.
Into the box, Joey Wendell. As the first pitch to him is in there for a called strike one. He's working on a 1-for-3 thus far. Oh and 1, here it comes. Behind 0-2 now. Brazier is a guy that you'll notice attacks hitters with a high velocity slider. Not the old sweeper. He really fires it in there and snaps off big numbers. Rolled slowly to first. Pierce is up with it, and he'll step on first himself for the out.
The third baseman.
Up next for the Rays, Yandy Diaz. Last time through was a base hit. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. There's a strike at the knees. 0-1. Bases are empty. One man out. That misses wide. 1 ball and 1 strike.
You know, something to keep in mind, they're really burning through that bullpen, and this is only the first game of the series. Definitely could have an impact on the rest of the series, and maybe even the whole week ahead.
Fouled away. Count still at 1-2. Again, a 1-2. Grounded up the first baseline, but this is a foul ball as the count holds steady at 1-2.
That wasn't a terrible pitch right there, but if he's going to execute and get this swing and a miss, he's going to have to get that ball a little bit further down, maybe even potentially bounce the next one.
Pierce camps under it, and he's got it for out number 2.
The left fielder.
At the plate, Tommy Pham. He comes into this appearance in the midst of a 1-for-4 day. Here's the first pitch to him. Hey now.
Ooh, that pitch was up and in. That's one of those pitchers' purpose pitches, right? Fastball, something hard up and in. Now he can go down and away if he'd like.
Pham connects and sends it to deep left field. Gone over the monster and out onto Lansdowne Street. A solo shot that time for Tommy Pham. Home run number 15 for him thus far, and it's given the Rays a 3-1 lead.
As a hitter, that feels so good. The previous pitch ran in on him, trying to get him off the plate, but the next pitch, he mashes it out of here. Goes to show you can't intimidate him.
Heath Hembry, the 6'4" right-hander, comes in out of the bullpen to do the pitching.
Number 37, Heath Hembry. Now batting, catcher, Mike.
Standing in now, Mike Zunino, as he'll take a look at ball 1. His prior history versus this arm, he's 1 for 2. 2 out, nobody on. In for a strike. It's 1-1. A 1-2 count to the Rays catcher. Tries to get him to chase the curveball away, but it breaks outside. 2-2 now.
He executed that 1-2 curveball pretty well. I think it's right where he wanted it to end up, but he couldn't get him to chase at it. We'll see what they go with now after that didn't work out.
And he strikes him out here for out number 3, but the damage has been done as now they'll need some extra inning heroics to pull this one out. So 2 runs come across here, both coming via the solo home run. So now we'll see if these guys can get even in the bottom of inning number 10. It's the Rays 3 and the Red Sox 1.
Ladies and gentlemen,
David
your
Park
attention,
will stay in the ball game as he'll
Now
take
playing
over at
first
first base.
Number 25, David
Jose Alvarado
Park.
enters the game
Now
here an
pitching
inning
for
later than
David.
usual as he'll try to
Number
close this
46.
one out in the 10th.
Jose Alvarado.
So striding forward now,
Leading
Eduardo
off
Nunez,
for the
0
Red
for
Sox.
4 with a strikeout thus
Third
far.
baseman.
Hey, it's never easy
Eduardo
scoring runs against a closer, but this
Nunez.
lineup is setting up perfectly right now as the leadoff hitter leads off this inning.
Curveball taken outside to begin the at-bat. Ball 1. The 1-0. Taken, strike 1 on the inside corner.
One of my favorite pitches in the game right there, the old Greg Maddux equalizer. Started at the front hip and bring it back.
The 1-1. And he fouls this one off.
When that thing goes whistling into the stands, you hope someone brought their glove and is able to get leather on it.
The 1-2 is looked at for ball number 2. And this is sliced foul into the stands in right, out of play.
Can't imagine he comes back with a third breaking ball. That hitter looked like he timed that one up pretty well and just missed it, fouling it away.
Here's one that misses inside, and the count's run full now. 3-2.
Hey, leading off an inning in this situation, 3 balls on you. You have to know that a solo shot's not tying this game up. You have to find a way to get on base any way possible.
And possibly an interesting development here. It's a leadoff walk to begin the frame in extra innings.
Well, he gives up the walk, but that was a really good pitch. Might have been just out of the zone, but not by much. A lot of guys would have gone fishing for that pitch, so sometimes the hitter just outlasts you.
Stepping up now, Dustin Pedroia. And Dan, what's the plan of attack here for the guy on the mound?
Well, I think they have to go right after him. He's pretty unlikely to take you deep, but if you allow him to get on base, the chances of him scoring and tying this game become a lot greater.
Comes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch. And he takes a big swing at that one as this one's lifted high in the air and deep out to left field. That one is out of here. This game is tied. It's a 2-run shot to straightaway left. And just like that, this ball game is all tied.
That is why you can't walk the leadoff hitter. A solo shot becomes a 2-run homer, and the damage just kind of snowballs. Tough one to swallow.
Ryan Stanek is ready, and he'll take the ball from the manager.
Number 55, Ryan Stanek. Now batting, the designated hitter, J.D.
In now, J.D. Martinez. And on the first pitch, he grounds foul. So far this season, Martinez is working with a slugging percentage over .550. So there's no denying he's one of the premier power bats in the league. Off the plate, 1 ball, 1 strike. Stanek, a 27-year-old. He's in his 3rd season as a major league player. Base is empty here with nobody out. Fastball called strike, 1-2.
That pitch is in triple digits. I think he had to take that one because I'm not even sure he saw it.
And they really bunch him up on that one as he swings and misses for the first out.
It's not that easy to make a good hitter look that bad, but that's what happens when you can bring that fastball and ride it in on the inner half of the plate right there. You can get some pretty ugly swings.
Striding into the box, Mookie Betts. He got under one and popped out his last time up.
Yeah, pretty impressive if you ask me. So many times you beat a sinker into the ground, you end up grounding out to third. You're running down to first base, and you're so upset at yourself. At least he got under the thing. He knows his bat plane is pretty decent.
He's set. Here it comes. Rising fastball, and it catches the zone for a strike. The 0-1 pitch. Hit out towards second. Wendell moving to his right, and there's out number 2. Into the box now, Xander Bogaerts. He's 1 for 4 for the game. And the pitch. The fastball here as he'll take a look at ball 1, 1-0. And action now in the Tampa Bay pen as it looks like a right-hander's begun to get loose. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. The set and the 1-1. And this is popped up back behind second. Wendell is there to make the catch, and that means we've got more baseball ahead. So 2 runs on 1 hit, and the 1 hit was a big one, the home run. No winner yet. On to inning number 11 we go, and we are all tied at 3 apiece. Stepping in and ready for another shot, Avisail Garcia. His career numbers in this matchup, he's 2 for 4. He's set, and the pitch. Below the knees, 1 ball, no strikes. Swing and a miss. Little too anxious there. 1-1. Now it's swing and a miss, and he's behind 1-2. The 1-2. Hits the top of the zone. He struck him out looking.
Wow, we've seen some really impressive pitching in this one. You could say these lineups have been anemic, but I always like to give credit to pitching and defense, and they've been fantastic all game long.
To the plate now for the Rays is the DH, Daniel Robertson. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. No balls and a strike to count. Nothing in one count. Here it comes. Comes at him with the slider there, and he gets the strike.
Hey, that's case in point right there. He thought that was going to hollow out his rib and ended up being a strike.
And there's a fastball well off the plate inside. One out, nobody on. Line toward the alley in left center. That gets down, and he's got himself a base hit.
Turn and burn, baby. He smelled that heater coming inside right there. Didn't do too much damage with it, but was able to get the head out and drive it for a knock.
Into the box now, Willie Adames, as he looks at a fastball that misses off the plate for ball one. There's one away. The runner at first represents the potential go-ahead score. Double play is in order, however. The 1-0 lays off a fastball that doesn't miss by much, and it's 2-0.
Those were great takes right there. Those were pitches that a lot of guys normally swing at, but he took both of them and finds himself in a productive count leverage. 2-0.
Possible go-ahead runs on first, one away. High in the air down the right field line, but this is going to wind up a foul ball.
Classic change of speeds right there. Threw the hitter's timing off. Got a late foul ball. Interested to see where he goes now.
Not close with that one. It's way above the strike zone. Now the 3-2 pitch, and he misses with it, ball four. So the potential go-ahead run moves into scoring position now.
Just a nice piece of hitting right there, especially in extra innings. He didn't try to win the thing by himself or be a hero. He just patiently worked the at-bat until he earned the walk. We'll see if his teammates can pick him up now.
Coming to the plate now, Kevin Kiermaier. His day at the plate hasn't amounted to much, 0 for 4, but this is a great opportunity to make amends.
Well, when your team really needs you, like they need it right here, you have to be able to put your personal struggles out of your mind. Right now is all that matters.
Here's the first pitch. Fastball runs a bit inside here. It's 1-0. Lifetime versus this pitcher. He's 2 for 4. That misses. 2-0.
Boy, this hole he's digging on the mound is all his doing. If you can't throw strikes, you're not going to be out there very long.
Ball 3.
Well, nothing can make you question yourself on that mound more than 3 straight balls to a guy you know that you should go right after. Sometimes you just lose the strike zone and you don't know why.
Taking all the way, and it's 3-1 now.
3-1 with 2 on, and this is where you got to be geared up for something to drive. I don't think you can just groove him one right here. You still have to try to make a competitive pitch.
The 3-1 pitch. Skied into straightaway right. Betts giving chase. And he tracks it down. A nice running play to record the second out. Now to the plate, David Park. He went deep in his first at-bat, and we'll see what he's got in store for us here.
Yeah, man, this guy flexed his muscles on that last at-bat. We heard that he has good power. That last bomb had to go well over 400 feet. He hit it a long way.
The 0-1 lifted down the line in left. And this will wind up a foul ball. Robertson on second. Adames at first. 2 out in the inning. Hit hard back up the middle. And that's through into center field. Base hit. Long throw to the plate. He's safe at the plate. They've broken through to take the lead.
Boy, those have to feel really good, D-Roy. You get late in the game, you come up with a big RBI base hit right here to give your team the lead.
Yeah, no one remembers that ground ball with eyes in the top of the second inning. You want to show up when the game is on the line. Can you quiet your emotions down, take the crowd out of it, and slow yourself down enough to come through? And that's exactly what he did.
Into the box, Joey Wendell, as he'll look at a fastball in there on the outer half. It's 0-1. He comes into this appearance in the midst of a 1-for-4 day. That's over, but low. It's a ball and a strike. Softly on the line to third, but an easy play over at third, and that'll be that. Couple of hits lead to a run here for Tampa Bay. One last shot here as we go to the bottom of the 11th now. The Rays 4 and the Red Sox 3. So striding in, Andrew Benintendi as he's set to get the bottom of the 11th started.
The left fielder, Andrew Benintendi.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Strike one to start the at-bat. Line to the right side, but foul. Slider, good 2-strike pitch, but it misses. 1-2. Fastball called, strike 3, and there's the first out of the inning.
Well, no preferential treatment there. Sometimes we see great hitters have their calls go their way on close pitches, but not this time. I think that was actually a good take, but on 2 strikes, anything that close can go either way.
Standing in now, Steve Pearce, as he'll take a called strike here on a borderline pitch at strike 1. He's got a hit in 3 at-bats to this point. Hung the slider there, but laid off for ball 1. The 1-1 runs a bit inside for a ball. The 2-1 will not catch the zone. Ball 3. The 3-1 pitch. To short, hit hard. Adames scoops it up. On to first, and there are 2 down.
Now batting,
into the box,
fielder,
Jackie Bradley Jr. He singled his last time up.
Junior.
From the stretch, here's the pitch. And he takes ball 1. The 1-0. A swing and a miss. That's the first strike.
Get it ready, big boy. This guy's throwing 3 digits right here. The best way I can help the fans is 90 to 92, you can usually see seams. 92 to 95, it starts to really quicken up on you. Over 3 digits, you're seeing a white blur.
The 1-1 is offered at and missed. He chased it for strike 2. 2 out, nobody on. Last strike now for the Red Sox. To 2 balls and 2 strikes now.
Yeah, and if you get a guy flailing at a pitch like that, heck, you're going to go out there and throw that same pitch till he proves he can lay off of it.
Has them down to their final strike. Here it comes. And he gets strike 3 called to end it here. And with that, this one is over.
Well, they had to put in a couple of extra innings of work, but hey, listen, a win is a win, and any win is good, especially on the road.
And it's a 4-3 finish in this evening's ball game. The Tampa Bay Rays pick up win number 60 this year. Ryan Stanek earns the victory in relief in this one, his 7th of the year. So that just about does it for Mark DeRosa, Dan Plesac, Heidi Watney, and our entire crew. I'm Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show. For more, make your way over to theshownation.com.